What's up, my people? You're welcome back to this channel. This is the WhistleBlower channel, and we are going to be continuing what we started some days ago, which is talking about if Canada is still a land of opportunity. So today on this video, or in this video rather, I'll be speaking specifically about the education system in Canada. So in case you see me looking down, I'm trying to look at my laptop so I can give you the correct information that I already have in store for you guys. I don't want to spell out any lie, but just the truth and the truth alone. So just before I continue, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, like, and share this video or any of my other videos with your friends, family members, or any other person whom you feel is going to be interested and is going to benefit from my video. So I'll do my best to make this video as short as possible, but it's going to be fully packed with more than enough information, and at the end of the series you should be able to have all the necessary information needed for you to be able to make your decision before deciding to move to Canada. All right, so let's get into it. So like I said, we'll be talking about the education system of Canada, and in Canada there are different education options. So there's the elementary school, there is the high school, we have the college and vocational schools, then the universities. The universities where you can study your degree, your postgraduate studies, your professional certifications, and even some online and distance learning stuff. So speaking as somebody who is not a permanent resident or a citizen, now the experience of international students or those who just want to come, I'll try to tell you exactly what you tend to face. So for those who are probably moving to Canada and you have kids, it is compulsory to put your kids in school. So I don't know what age your kids are, but depending on the age, if you have to put your kids in elementary school or high school, trust me, it is not free. You know, according to Statistics Canada and Edu Canada, you know, schooling in Canada is not free if you are not a citizen or a permanent resident, even though you are under the age of 18. So if you are moving to Canada with your kids, make sure you are able to contact a school or something to know exactly how much you'll be paying for their school fees or the tuition. But you will not just be billed for the tuition, you'll have other things that you'll be billed for. Probably some sports or something like that. Yes, sports, clubs, field trip. And they're not going to give your kids food in school. You have to bring your own lunch, even though some schools have their own cafeteria. But most importantly, you have to bring your own lunch or you buy it from the school cafeteria. So that is talking about the elementary school. So for the high school, is probably your children are already in their early teens or something like that, or close to their mid-teens, and they are preparing to go to the university. So they already have to be in, they already have to be in the secondary school, which is, we call it secondary school back in Nigeria, but here they call it high school. So I don't know what it is called in your own country if you are watching me from any other part of the world, but from where I come from, we basically call them secondary schools. So here, the high schools or the secondary schools are what prepare the students or the child to be fully equipped to be able to thrive in a higher institution of learning, probably in a college, vocational school, or a university. And like I said, if you're an international student or you are not yet a permanent resident or a citizen, probably you got a work permit and you're moving here with your family and you have kids, you are going to pay for these things. So on average, with what I have here, for primary and secondary schools, for the public primary and secondary schools, you are expected to pay between $9,500 to $17,000 per year. That is just for one child. So it ranges from school to school or from province to province. I can't really tell, but all in all, you need to contact the school to know exactly what you'll be paying for and how much you are going to be paying for it. So that being said, that's for kids, children under 18 years or 19 years, depending on the province. Now, so imagine you're actually coming here as an international student, whether you have kids or not. So it's either you are applying to a college or a vocational school or university. So depending on province. In short, it does not even matter what province. Because today I was doing some research about some universities, and schooling in Canada is not cheap. Even though compared to like the other big leagues, which is UK, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Canada still seems to be the cheapest, but still it is not cheap. So on an average, you're expected to pay between $22,000 and $36,000 per year for an undergraduate degree, or between 15,000 and 26,000 Canadian dollars per year for a graduate degree. So imagine you have to study for about 3 or 4 years now as an undergraduate, and you have to pay, depending on the school, let's say you have to pay about $25,000 per year. So in 4 years, you have to cough out about 100,000 Canadian dollars just for a degree. Then the same thing is also for those who are coming here for masters or PhD. So you have to pay between 15,000 and 25,000, 26,000 Canadian dollars per year. If it's a 2 years course, you have to double that. If it's a 3 years course, you also have to double that. So studying in Canada is not cheap in any way. But then one good thing about it is the Canadian education system is very good, and they've been ranked as one of the highly educated people in the world. And Canadian citizens, or those who pass through Canadian education system, they are highly rated. Wherever it is they go in the world, if you are presenting a Canadian degree, they know, yes, you really did some thorough studying, because many of their students have excelled in STEM, in economics, just name it, whatever it is that you want to name it. Canada is top. It's top. They have a very, very good education system to teach people exactly what the world needs, at this moment. So that is, the money aspect of going to school. But then talking about the stress, most people who are actually coming here to study, they are not fools. They are not new to studying. So they know exactly what to expect. If you are coming to a college, trust me, you have to go to school probably Monday to Friday. From morning to evening, it is not easy. Then the same thing for university. So it all depends on, your capacity, what the number of courses you can take at a time, and how you can manage your time. So basically, that is just it about the education system of Canada. Canada has one of the best educational systems in the world, and the schools is not cheap, but compared to the big five, the big leagues in the world, the top 5 English-speaking countries, it is relatively cheaper than every other one of them. So I guess this information I've given to you is going to be part of what is needed for you to be able to make your decision when it comes to studying in Canada, or having to send your kids over to come study in Canada. If you are not a permanent resident or a citizen, there is no level of education that is free for you. Even for those who are permanent resident or citizen, I think the free stuff only ends at the high school level, the elementary and the high school level. Once you're in college or in the university or a vocational school, you need to pay. So now, speaking of vocational schools and colleges, that is where majority of international students find themselves, because all they need to do is study for 1 year or 2 years, they get the certificates, and they're done. Or they can even, with the certificates, apply for a postgraduate work permit or PNP later on, whatsoever. So it's a very good alternative to actually studying for a degree. I am not saying don't study for a degree. If you really do have the money to study for a degree, I'm going to encourage studying a degree than, going to college just for 1 or 2 years. Now, this is the catch. If you are not studying something that looks like it's vocational, I don't see any reason why you should go study in a college. This is actually my personal opinion. So if you are not studying anything that has to do with welding, or those kind of trade occupations, welding, carpentry, electrician, plumbing, that you can study for just 1 year and get a certificate, or probably some kind of course that is very essential, like supply chain, something like that, supply chain and logistics, personal support worker, if you're not studying things that, immediately you are done, it is highly needed in the country or in Canada, you become a hot cake. I really do not see the need why you have to go waste money in college. I can understand the time that you just need certificates to probably be able to apply for PR, PNP later on in the future, but on the long run, you may have to go back to school to study what is going to be very, very useful for you. So this is just my personal opinion. I can't compel anybody to do whatever it is that you want to do. I'm not in your pockets. I'm not going to pay your school fees for you. All I'm just trying to do here is to tell you exactly what Canada is and the best decisions or the best things about Canada or how to navigate some things. But in the end, it is up to each individual to make their decision based on their own circumstances and what is best for them. So I don't know you personally, and I cannot say this is what is going to be best for you, but you need to make your own research, then make your decision on your own. So that is all about the Canadian educational system. Okay, I forgot to talk about the masters and the PhD. So these are basically those who already have degrees from back home in their country or whatever. Then are coming here to further their studies, to become a professional in whatever it is that they studied before. So it's either you're coming here for a master's or PhD. Basically, you're coming here for a postgraduate program. So it's very good. It is tedious everywhere in the world. If you are studying a postgraduate program, it is not easy. You have to put in a lot of work, especially if it is a research-based program. Then you also have to pay money as well. Because I know there are a lot of hidden fees beyond just paying your tuition, even though you are studying for a postgraduate certificate. But then I think everybody should be proactive because, there are a lot of scholarships available for those who are coming for masters or PhD. So you can cut down on your spending by trying to look for those opportunities in the master's or PhD level. It is rarely there for the undergraduate level, but at the postgraduate level, the master's and PhD, many of those opportunities are there. Probably where your tuition is slashed by half, or even sometimes you don't have to pay any tuition at all, especially if it is a research-based program. So that is it. That is it about the Canadian education system, and I hope that with this few minutes I'm able to use to record this, you'll be able to join 1 and 2 together eventually when I'm done with the series, and you'll be able to make your decision and see if Canada is a good fit for you. So like I do say, Canada is not the only country on earth. USA is not. USA, UK, Australia, Canada, they are not the only places you can travel to. There are numerous countries on earth. There are many places where you can make it, but I'm making this video to be able to shape your thinking and know if Canada is a good fit for you. Canada is not a good fit for everybody. So that being said, this is the end of this video, the education part. And just like I said at the beginning, if you have not still subscribed, this is a very good time for you to do it. If you are enjoying these videos, this video that I made or my previous videos, please subscribe to this channel, like and share. Thank you very much, and see you on the next one.